Hey everybody, it's Twana with Destiny Education. Happy Monday. So glad to see you today. Let's talk about the How program, shall we? So, the reason I shared with you previously that I love this program so much is because the How program is for people who are caught in a place of extreme pain. You are sitting back and you're hurting, trying to figure out what to do with yourself, why things are so rough, how you're supposed to get out of them, how people get to that next level that just seems so elusive for you. And it's for those of you who are financially in a great place, but when you look around, your family is just in chaos and a mess, and it's just destruction. And it looks like, oh my God, what do I do here? And so that's what this program addresses. It's got a workbook that really works with the modules that you have. So the modules will give you a very basic understanding, but the workbook actually gives you the hard hitting. This is, let's look at this, let's look at that, let's answer these questions, and then this is what these answers to these questions mean. And so I really love what we've put together. And so today I want to kind of talk to you about some of the things that are going on. You know, there's nothing more frustrating to be in a situation where you are making money and everything is going great. Work is wonderful, business is wonderful, and you're just going and you're working and you're in your groove. And then all of a sudden you go home and there's just no peace. It's not a comfortable place to be. It's a struggle. It's hard. The communication that needs to be there isn't there. People who are there are so negative and they're constantly looking for you to fail. It's a hard place to find yourself in. So, what does all that mean? Here's what it means it means that you're avoiding conversations that need to be had. It means that you are not talking about things that need to be discussed. And it means that in the avoidance of these things, problems are allowed to arise that should never, ever arise. And this is the big struggle. And so let's talk about why people avoid conversations. So, people avoid conversations when they don't feel like they can bring a resolution to anything because of whatever it is that they're going through. So let me explain that in a different way. If I am married to my spouse and my spouse does not like to communicate, then it gets to a place where it is more work to try and solve a problem than it is to just let the problem ride and to make an exit plan to get out of the situation. You see, that's the easy part of it. And what we do is we rationalize that, right? Like we sit back and we say, well, if it was supposed to work out, this is not the way it would be. We would be able to communicate, we would be able to do this. Oftentimes, what creates the inability to communicate is when we allow miscommunications to go unaddressed. So, if there are issues that are standing between us, what happens is that we get super duper frustrated because there's nothing we can do about it, or at least we think there's nothing we can do about it. What we often don't do is look at it from the other person's side. So, if I look at it from my spouse's side, what have I done to him in that situation that has created an arena where he is unable or unwilling to talk to me? And see, there's a lot of you, especially men out there, who really think it's a great idea just to let it go by. Oh, she'll be fine, she'll be this. But what then you miss is that because you let it go by, I want you to think of your foundation, okay? Think of the foundation of a house, and it's about yay big in this example. See where my fingers are meeting? And so, right smack dab in between that foundation is this big, huge crack, and it's filled with water. What's going to happen to your house? You're right, it's going to collapse. And that's what the relationship is doing. It's got water running between the foundation, and now that foundation can't stand. That water has to be drained out. And in order to drain that water out, we have to have honest communication. We don't have to be rude or disrespectful. We don't have to call each other out of our names. We just have to be willing and able to have the conversation that we don't want to have and walk through what it is that's causing us pain, what it is that's hurting us, and what it is we need to do to bring the relationship back together. More relationships in this day and age are ending when they don't need to. It's just a conversation. And it's so funny because when people are leaving that relationship, they think, oh, I'm going to find someone better. But the problem is you find someone different, but it's never better. And oftentimes you have many of the same relationships issues because you didn't work them out from the first one. So you take that same baggage in with you to the next one. So how about instead of torturing you and your spouse, you work them out now and see if the two of you both have the level of maturity necessary to be in an adult relationship and to work out those issues. Because in the end, leaving your spouse ends up putting both of you in harm's way. So that's it for today. I'm going to run. I look forward to seeing you on Thursday. I hope you have a great day.